Welcome to Sanctuary Peacemakers, where we discuss all things related to security inside houses of worship with your host, Unity. Now, let's enter the crucible of our discussion. Welcome to this episode of Sanctuary Peacemakers, where we zero in on church safety. I'm your host, Unity. Today's focus, church security and safety teams, how to recruit the right volunteers and foster a mentality of safety and security. Security culture doesn't begin with equipment, cameras, radios, check-in systems, or patrol routes. Security culture begins with people, and more specifically, with a shared mindset among those people. Churches are unique. They rely on volunteers more heavily than almost any other nonprofit category. According to AmeriCorps and the U.S. Census Bureau 2024, religious organizations remain one of the largest destinations for formal volunteering in America, but the percentage of churchgoers who actually volunteer is low. A Lifeway research study, 2023, found that while 84% of churchgoers say serving is important, only about 30% reported volunteering at least once in the past year. That gap is a starting point. Churches must become intentional about recruiting, training, and most importantly, forming volunteers who buy into a shared safety mindset, a true security culture. This episode isn't about the importance of safety. You already know that. This is about how to get people on board, how to shape them, and how to unify them into a cohesive team operating from the same playbook. Part 1. What security culture actually means for churches. A security culture is not a set of rules or a manual or a checklist. It is the collective behavior, attitudes, and expectations of everyone serving in the ministry. A true security culture exists when 1. Volunteers understand the mission, protecting the congregation as an act of service. 2. Volunteers feel responsible for the environment, even outside their assigned task. 3. Volunteers share the same standards: awareness, communication, professionalism, and calm response. 4. Volunteers reinforce each other, not undermine each other. And 5. Leaders set the tone consistently and visibly. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, has repeatedly emphasized that safety culture is built when individuals at all levels take responsibility for safety attitudes and behaviors. DHS Safety Culture Guidance 2022. In a church context, that responsibility cannot sit only with a handful of safety guys. The goal is to make security a normal part of the ministry, not an add-on. Part 2. Why recruitment fails in most churches. Churches often struggle to recruit security volunteers because they make 4 predictable mistakes. 1. They present security as a niche job. If the only recruiting message is, we need people to help with safety, most members assume you're asking for ex-law enforcement, ex-military, or physically dominant individuals. That scares off 90% of the congregation. Yet volunteer-based safety studies show most effective teams have a mix of personalities, ages, and physical abilities. National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, 2020. Churches need people with soft skills, communication skills, awareness skills, not only tactical skill sets. Number two, they forget to connect security to ministry. People serve in church because they believe the work has eternal value. Recruiting must frame security as hospitality, stewardship, protecting the vulnerable, enabling ministry to flourish, supporting worship without disruption. When people understand that safety is a form of pastoral care, interest rises. Number three, they make onboarding too informal. Just show up and we'll plug you in is the fastest way to lose volunteers. If the environment feels sloppy, volunteers disengage. Psychology of Volunteer Motivation Studies, Clary and Snyder, 1998, shows that volunteers who feel unstructured or underutilized lose commitment rapidly. Number four, they don't articulate the culture they want. People don't join to fill the gaps. People join movements, missions, cultures. If the culture is unclear, inconsistent, or dependent on one person's personality, recruitment dies. Part 3. How to recruit the right people. Recruiting a church security ministry requires clarity, purpose, and personal invitation. A. Define the narrative. Your message should be simple. We protect the congregation so they can worship freely. This is ministry, not enforcement. A recruitment message built on intimidation repels good candidates. A recruitment message built on purpose attracts committed servants. B. Recruit personally, not publicly. Volunteerism data shows the most effective recruitment method is direct personal invitation. AmeriCorps reports in 2024 that personal recruitment increases volunteer engagement up to 40% higher than general announcements. Identify individuals with calm temperament, reliability, integrity, teachability, attentiveness. Then approach them personally. Part C, emphasize inclusivity of roles. Security culture isn't only the person at the door. You also need radios and communication volunteers, camera monitors, parking lot attendants, hallway observers, children's ministry safety assistants, administrative and logistics helpers. This widens the volunteer pool dramatically. D. Set expectations immediately. Explain upfront commitment level, training expectations, professionalism standards, teamwork expectations. Clear structure builds confidence. Part 4. Shaping volunteer mindset. How to build buy-in. Once someone joins, the real job begins, forming them into a unified security culture. 1. Give them a mission they can repeat to others. A mission statement should be short, memorable, and functional. Example, see the need. Protect the flock. Serve with calmness. Studies on team performance show that a shared, simple mission improves consistency and reduces confusion during high-stress moments. Harvard Behavioral Research 2021. Number 2, teach awareness as a spiritual discipline. Awareness doesn't require paranoia. It requires attentiveness. Frame it like this: watching for people who need help, noticing hazards, reading emotional cues, anticipating needs. It is active care, not fear-based scanning. Number 3, normalize communication. Good security culture depends on this. Everyone reports. No one hesitates. No one is embarrassed to point something out. Create a communication standard such as say what you see, say what you need, say when you're unsure. This reduces mistakes. Number 4, train for calm, not aggression. Most church security problems are nonviolent. They are medical events, emotional distress, lost children, disruptive individuals, domestic spillover. Calmness and clarity outperform intimidation every time. Number 5, reinforce team unity constantly. Security volunteers must never operate as individuals. Team identity is strengthened by briefing before service, debriefing after service, consistent terminology, shared expectations, celebrating wins. Unity is not a suggestion, it's a requirement. Part 5, Maintaining Security Culture Long Term. Recruitment is one thing, retention is another. A true security culture requires sustained investment. A. Structured training. Create a simple but predictable training cycle. Quarterly refreshers, annual scenario walkthroughs, rotation pairing new volunteers with veterans, review of real incidents from other churches. Training maintains confidence and competency. B. Accountability without harshness. Correct mistakes immediately. Praise publicly. Correct privately. Consistency builds trust and respect. C. Take care of your volunteers. Safety volunteers carry emotional and spiritual weight. Give them breaks, rotation time, appreciation, support, pastoral connection. People stay where they are valued. D. Protect the culture aggressively. Do not allow gossip, turf wars, lone wolf behavior, I know better than the team attitudes. Culture is fragile. Guard it. In closing, building a security culture is not about growing a team. It's about shaping a mindset. Recruitment becomes easier when the culture is strong. Volunteers become more committed when the mission is clear. The congregation becomes safer when the team is unified. This is work, developing people, aligning them, training them, and leading them toward one shared goal, protecting the church so the ministry can flourish. Thank you for joining today's episode of Sanctuary Peacemakers. Remember, building a strong security culture starts with committed people who share the same mindset and mission. Feel free to take what you have heard here today and put it into practice with your own volunteers and watch as the security culture takes root. As always, y'all stay safe, y'all stay blessed.